Good morning and welcome. Happy Friday, brother. Yes, it is WWF. Well, I guess it's WWE now. I can't say WWF anymore. As Elon Musk and Donald Trump, yes, the tag team partners, well, apparently they had a falling out. Yes, it has been quite entertaining. You know, well, like we do every Friday, sit back, relax, strap the seatbelt on, leave the driving to us. Our toll-free number, 800-951-0592. The website, you know it, allamericangold.com. And, man, what a lot of fun, right? Kind of interesting how this is the time we live in, right? You get mad, you go on social media, you say mean stuff about each other, and, well, all I know is it's another example, it really is, of why it is you have to get yourselves protected. You have to. I mean, it's insanity what is going on in all of this, and it's funny because, you know, Elon, you know, whether what you believe, don't believe, I don't know, right? Did Trump ask him to leave? Was he upset about I don't know, government contracts, you know, or was it just simply time to go and, oh, wait a minute, hey, I came in and tried to save you guys some money, and now you're going to do what, right? You're just going to spend it like crazy? I don't know, right? All to be determined. But, yes, Jason and I, we were talking about it this morning. It's like the Macho Man and Hulk Hogan, right? When they had they were partnering together, right, Miss Elizabeth? And, yeah, apparently, Jason, it ended badly. It did. There's some hurt feelings. There was talk of a phone call. Donald Trump said he's not interested. He's not interested in talking to Elon right now. He's got other things to do. He already talked to Xi Jinping.
Look, depending on how guilty Donald Trump is of certain activities, his lawyers would tell him, well, if you got an accuser, you don't have phone conversations with your accusers. That doesn't end well. That guy, you don't know what he's recording you saying. So, no, I don't think there'll be any more talking after the accusations between Musk and Trump, except for, I guess, on their trying to build the excitement on their social network platforms.
Yes. I'm sure they're getting a lot of clicks right now, a lot of likes out there in social media land. And the Epstein files, it just won't go away, right? No matter what, it just will not go away. But, hey, let's focus in on other things that aren't that important. We did get the government's jobs number, and I finally got one right. I told you I thought it'd be over 100,000. It was 139 was the number. Now, they did downwardly revise the previous month, April, by 30,000 to 147. Apparently, the estimate was 125, so they were very happy today about the number. The unemployment rate stayed steady at 4.2%. The one thing, I guess, that positive or negative, but for the rate cut people, wages grew more than expected. Average hourly earnings up 0.4%, 3.9% year over year. And, of course, that just means you're losing. I mean, I hate to say it, but that's just what it means. When we looked at it, Jason, healthcare was the standout, 62,000. That's well above what they've been averaging. About 20,000 more jobs in healthcare than what the average does. 48,000 in leisure and hospitality, and then 16,000 in social assistance. So, and these tend to be, unfortunately, these tend to be the lower end jobs. The leisure, hospitality, social assistance, and then the healthcare. Most of the healthcare hiring that they tend to see is either data entry people or, hey, go change the bedpan type people out there. But again, good enough, right? That's all they wanted to do. That did not stop. Of course, why would it? Donald Trump from once again raging at Jerome Powell, too late Jay, saying that go for the full point rate cut, calling it, I don't know if this was a shot at Musk, but calling it, we need rocket fuel, Jason. Trump wants the rocket fuel. I want a full point cut.
Oh, boy, we're going to have fun the rest of this year with this sort of stuff. I mean, they got the perfect president for these kinds of things going on, that's for sure, because that ain't happening. I think we are going to get rate reductions. It ain't going to be up full point. Has he looked at the Fed and how weak their point reductions in the raises are? It was almost like an earthquake happened when they raised it 3/4 of a point at one time, right?
Oh, yeah. Remember? Oh, my gosh. Everyone freaked out. Hide the women and the children. Pay-per-view wrestling coming up next. Stay with us. 800-951-0592. A quick peek here. The Dow's up 440. Yeah, better than expected jobs number did the trick. The S&P up 66 back to 6,000. The NASDAQ's up 250. Speaking of up, the 10-year note, it just moves so much now. 449 on the 10-year note. Here we were, thinking maybe can we get back to 4.3? Crude oil's up $1. Kind of seems like an overreaction. It wasn't. It's interesting. It wasn't that good of a number. I mean, it was okay, right? 139, but they're acting like it was 239,000, in my opinion, anyway. But hey, whatever it is, gold is the only thing down, and I'm not kidding. Like maybe the only thing down 25 right now. All that means is you get another opportunity to buy it for a little less right now, $33.27 right now. Here comes little brother. Silver is on the move again, $35.90 right now. It's been as high, I think it's got, 36.25. Platinum, as I told all of you, get ready. Platinum and silver both are going to make very significant moves between now and the end of the year. Platinum's up another $28, $1,166. Just keep adding. Listen, things are going to get a lot more expensive for stuff, the real things out in the world today.
Joe, it's always nice. It's always nice when you we're telling people to buy stuff that's going to help them. Look what gold's done the last 18 months, and then you were a little early on platinum last year, and then we had the burst of platinum we sold this year. It's performing just fine. Silver's coming on good. So far, Texas is doing really good. It was something we brought in as quick as we could because, man, if we could have had it 3 months earlier, we would have done it if we would have been exposed to it. But it's good. Sometimes you guys sit back and say, you know what, I'm so happy that we're able to get this stuff to you people listening, and a lot of people are taking advantage. Now we just need to get the turtles out there that are a little slower. Okay, look, everybody else that jumped in fast are doing well. There's still plenty of room on silver, gold, platinum, and Texas.
Tons. Yep. By the way, an update on Texas. when you guys sign up, I highly, highly recommend when you get the long read email, for those of you that have signed up, you know what I'm talking about. Put that in its own folder. One of the things in there is the Telegram link. Get on it. You are going to learn a ton. Some of it will be foreign to you at first, but you'll get it. You'll catch on. Bobby, wow. He did a Zoom meeting with everybody. Guaranteed $16 by February, and then said we're probably going to be early, and it's probably going to be significantly more than that. And I was like, okay.
All right. Let's hear this. Yeah. Yes.
I don't know, right? He said 70-something cents for May and $1 for June. We're already there. Right now it's, 104, 105, but it's on a precipice here. I will say this. This is just me looking at how the growth is going here. It's probably going to double in the next 60 days, if not sooner, and then double again in 60 more days, right? And then probably winds up on Kraken and Coinbase around that time. I'll just say this. If you want to get in, text it. And you want to do it today, you got to call early. Arlene and Kathy needed the day off. They got stuff going on. My wife and I are getting ready to head out of town. So we're going to be out of here. So if you want to call and get into text it, Sarah's here right now. She can get you signed up. And you guys, for those of you that don't know what we're talking about, listen again on Monday. Go back to the previous shows. You'll get educated. For the rest of you, just remember, buy 5 shares, you get a 6th share for free. Buy 9 shares, which is the most you can put in. You cannot put in any more. By the way, that's $8,955. You'll get 2 more shares for free. And again, does it mean anything? It's like I told you guys, right? I said, and I was slow to get there, but I was like, hey, gold's going to be 3,300. That's what I said in December, right? And then I had to, okay, guys, I'm light. I know I'm light, right? And now I'm telling you, listen, I already know gold's going to be $4,000. I know it, right? So is it a lot for Bobby to come out and say, I don't know? Here's what I know. Everything that he said would happen in the time frame that it has happened. So if you're looking at taking a shot at something, here you go. This is your chance. This is something where if this works the way Bobby says it's going to work, this thing's going to be huge. It may not, right, Jason? We don't know, right?
Not a lot of money to bet on huge. I mean, a lot of...
Yeah.
I know people like to go to Las Vegas and they throw a chip on the roulette wheel and hope they can hit the big number and get the huge winnings, or buy the lotto ticket. I know lotto. I know I haven't done lotto in a while, but I know the Wednesday and the Saturday lotto. This thing, you have to put a little more skin in the game. You get to be a part of a community that's also wanting. Look, that's what's cool about the community around this. They all want you to win because that means they're going to win, right? This isn't everybody placing bets on different numbers. Right. This is everybody betting on the same thing, and so far I've not been disappointed at all. Joe knows I'll come right on the air and be bluntly honest. It's like, okay, this thing looks horrible. We got to start moving our money out. If there's a situation where we believe it's time to move some money, we'll let you know. But right now, this is a feed the monster, right, Joe? Just feed the beast.
The growth has been off the charts. They willingly tell you, hey. It overwhelmed us. They're behind. They literally have outgrown their office. They're renting or going to rent or buy. I don't know, whatever. They're moving to a bigger office because they want to hire 20 more people. And
I talked to Paige
that
yesterday.
Get that customer service level where they know they need it to be, and it's coming.
Yeah, they got a finance woman named Paige. I got to talk to her yesterday.
She's brand new.
I've got a whole bunch of little problems. Nothing's a big problem. And here's the thing: is every time that Texas has had problems, and we've been doing this, I've been doing it about a month and a half. Joe's just slightly less than that. Every time there's been a problem, and they have problems, it's all what I call growing pains. They get it taken care of. It's just sometimes you got to be patient. So if you have a problem, it'll get taken care of. And I have like this myriad of little problems on like all facets. So I think I'm a good test study for Paige, who just joined up this last week. And she got a hold of me. She texted me. I called her back. She set an appointment for my specific set of problems because I have a whole lot of signups. Right, the radio station's signing a lot of people up. I'm going to get as many people in the door as I can, and this shows improvement. I mean, I know that a lot of staff took some time off because I guess 20-year-olds get a lot more stressed easily than us older guys do. But I have a feeling that these kids are out there recruiting because I heard they need 20 more people, and they want them in a week or two. And I think that at one time, I think Joe and I started into that, I think they had 5 kids there.
Yeah.
They increased it to 10. Now they want to go to 30, and I think it's going to end up being 50. I think Paige told me she needs to hire a team of 20 people for her.
Yeah.
That's what she told me.
She is going to be just so you know, she is going to be the director of finance through all of this stuff. Part of that is going to be because they want to be even more transparent, and also set it up to where when they get to Coinbase and Kraken, right, they want to be the most transparent crypto in the game. So, listen, Bobby calls it the rocket ship. Get on the rocket ship. 1 share is $9.95. You can buy up to 9 shares. As we said, if you buy 5, you get a 6th share for free. If you buy 9, you get 2 shares for free. What does that mean? That just the more you put in, the more coins you're allowed to get every day. That's it. It's pretty simple as far as that goes. And then once the mine is built out and other people, the coin starts being used and circulated out there, you get to be a part of that too. It's kind of interesting. Because when the mine fills out, well, that's it. This is all the money I'm gonna make every day. This is how many coins I'm gonna get every day. That's all there is. Nope. You get a piece of the fees. You get a piece of the things of other people that want to use the network. There's talk now with some overseas countries looking to possibly join with Texit. So, guys, there's a lot going on. Join the Telegram. So if you've got that email, if you've already signed up, join the Telegram. You'll learn a ton. And if you want to get signed up, 800-951-0592. If you miss us today, you can leave a voicemail. Obviously, Jason's going to be there doing what he's going to be doing. But we'll be back Monday. And we can get a lot of things done. So having said all of that, I got to talk about Musk and Trump. I mean, it was crazy as they went back and forth yesterday. Musk saying that Donald Trump is in the Epstein files, which I think everyone knew. No one knows the extent. Jason, you've been one of those people that says, hey, Trump and Epstein hung out more than people realize. And Elon Musk pretty much said the same thing. And, oh, by the way, the only reason why they're not out there is because Trump's not letting it get out there. And I don't know about that, because you would think if there was a smoking gun in there, at least me anyway, why wouldn't the Democrats, when Biden was there, throw stuff out there?
But they can't do it either, though.
Yeah, it could be, right? Maybe they got their own skeletons to protect.
Look at the 2 biggest names in the Epstein file is Donald Trump and Bill Clinton.
Well, Gates is in there. I mean, there's plenty.
Yeah, but look, you have 2 presidents that are very much loved. Very much loved.
Peter Thiel, right?
Yeah.
Is that his name?
Peter Thiel. Peter Thiel. Yeah, he's spelled Thiel. I think it's supposed to be spoken
but it's Thiel. But word broke that Epstein had, at the time, $40 million with his hedge fund.
Oh, yeah.
And it wasn't reported. The victims didn't get it. And now apparently it's up to like $200 million, and it's going to go to Jeffrey Epstein's estate. I guess he had a couple of, girlfriends or something that are going to get the bulk of it, and people are all mad. Listen, all the big money guys are in there. There's no doubt in my mind, in some form or another.
Yeah, Jeffrey Epstein's not dead. There's no way you can't kill this guy because listen, the people that he was working with was the who's who of what goes on in finances and in celebrity. So you can't kill him because, Joe, if I was holding the kind of dirt that this guy held on people, I wouldn't have one place I'd keep the dirt. I'd make copies of the dirt and have it in 100 places. And so these guys, you can't release the list because as soon as Trump says, Bill Clinton's on the list, what's Bill Clinton going to do? You're on the list, too.
800-951-0592. Joe and Jason wrapping up this Friday. You go to allamericangold.com, hit that shop button to pick up deals. The Patriot office in Phoenix will close very early today. Just kind of worked out that way. Everybody kind of needed the same day off, and my wife and I are getting ready to head out of town, and just kind of worked out. So, but we'll be back on Monday. And Jason, this thing with Trump and Musk. So if you don't know what happened, so yesterday, it really started, 48 hours ago, something like that, where Elon Musk was not very fond of the big, beautiful bill.
Well, technically, that goes back to last Friday, because really he started popping off. He's like, well, it can't be big and be beautiful the way they're doing it. You can maybe have big or maybe have beautiful, but they're not going to cut stuff.
And then he went to kill the bill. Right? He's been ratcheting it up. And then yesterday, the whole thing just went crazy. Musk kind of playing the pedophile card with Donald Trump's in the Epstein files. Mark this tweet, right? It's not, kind of saying this is not going to end well. It talked about wanting to start a new political party. Donald Trump Donald Trump wouldn't have won without him. And, and then, Trump started firing back at Musk. Hey, he just went crazy. The second I told them we're not subsidizing these electric cars that people don't want to buy, that Elon Musk went off the rails, right? And that's what this is all about. He's just mad because Trump says he's not going to do the subsidies, and I think kind of insinuated there may be other contracts that may not go Musk way, talking about SpaceX. And Musk went out and tweeted out, hey, I'm going to just shut down the Dragon. If you guys remember the astronauts that were stuck up there and we couldn't get them down, and Elon went in his little rocket ship to get them. Apparently, according to the sources right now, it's the only way for the United States to get to the International Space Station. I don't know how that's possible, but that's what they're saying.
Well, the astronauts could be on a sound stage inside NASA, but we don't know for sure.
Right. Yes, I don't know, whatever you want to say. But things seem to have settled a little bit. Musk now saying, okay, he's not going to decommission the Dragon. There was talk that maybe they would have a phone call. Donald Trump say, hey, I'm not interested in any such phone call. And, people have been, if you're on X, formerly Twitter, I mean, everybody's, trying to say, hey, come on, guys, wait, you guys were the tag team champions of the world. You were best buddies. Put the genie back in the bottle. He talked about impeaching Trump, making J.D. Vance president. I mean, Jason, it was pretty funny. There is no doubt. It's sad that this is America today, but they did a lot of smack talk to each other on social media yesterday.
It's like, and I don't remember all the daytime soap operas that all the women would watch, back in the days, right? Days of Our Lives, right? General Hospital, right? And they just put the word billionaire edition next to it. Is that what we got?
This is like, it's so funny. The shows where they got all these wealthy ladies and they have these little cat fights and all that. This is the male version of it, right? Hey, here it is. And all on social media for everybody to enjoy. I wonder what everyone's thinking, right? I mean, what do you think Xi Jinping is thinking right now? Or, I wonder what Jay Powell was thinking when he was watching all of this, right? He was probably like, yeah, get him, Elon.
I bet I know what Xi Jinping or someone from Russia, I know what those governments are thinking. Would you bring your GDP country-sized wealth to my country? That's what they're. I'm sure there's some private texting and tweeting going on to Elon Musk. Oh, well, we would gladly welcome you here in China. Please bring your fortune and your companies here, right? I'm sure that's what's happening, Joe. I mean, that's what I would do if I was Xi Jinping. I was like, hey, bring SpaceX here and bring that Neuralink. Yes, please bring it here.
I don't know. I was thinking Xi Jinping was like, man, you're so lucky that you're not a Chinese citizen, right? I dare you to say those things about me, right?
That's true.
Yeah, that's true. Right?
I guess in one little respect, this makes us happy to be in America, that we can have our billionaire soap opera without anything really bad going on, except for the
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Right? Yes. Are you not entertained?
It was. Everybody was talking about it. We had dinner with our son last night, and that's all we were talking about. Is just incredible. In other news, there was a lot of Lululemon, the clothing retailer. That's been one of the hot stock. 22% down after they issued warnings. And then today, Winnebago saying that, not only did they miss estimates, citing very weak RV demand and pulled all of its guidance for the year here. So, again, Jason, signs that things have slowed. They're not. I guess we got to keep waiting. Right now, we got to go another month, right? What are jobless claims going to do for the next 4 weeks? What is the next jobs number going to be? I guess the saga continues when it comes to what's next for the U.S. Nobody knows, right? Are we going to get the big, beautiful bill and get it passed? And as Donald Trump said, can we get rate cuts to get the rocket fuel, to get the economy going? I don't know. Larry Fink, though, he thinks he seems to know. He said the United States better figure out how to grow more than 3% a year GDP-wise, or we're going to be in really big trouble. I don't know. When have we had 3% GDP growth outside of, I guess, the COVID spending? We had that when they reopened. Other than that, I don't know. 800-951-0592. Gold's coming back here. We'll see. We'll keep our eye on it right now. 33.40 on gold. Silver, $36. I think the only question for silver is how soon does it get to 40 and then 50? Just be prepared. There is a major, this is a, 13-year reversal pattern. I mean, all this technical jargon stuff on top of the silver deficits. This is, when we think about when silver got to 50 the last time, you guys, I don't know if you remember, you couldn't even get silver eagles, right? The mint couldn't make them fast enough. They were making 50 million of them in a year. I mean, it was insanity when they were trying to ramp up production and all of that stuff. But there were silver surpluses at that time. What does that mean? They were mining so much silver, more than what they needed. You got to remember, the solar thing was just getting started. Remember like some of the ridiculous stuff we spent money on. We're going to refurbish all the old buildings and spend this and put solar and this and that. And now, here we are in this major upside silver pattern at the heart of a major silver deficit. In other words, they're consuming more silver. The world's consuming more silver than's coming out of the ground right now. It's just, simple supply and demand. Too much demand, not enough supply. And the hard part is what? You just don't open up a mine overnight. It takes years and years and years. And let's face it, the big problem is, right, the deposits just aren't there, right? They're already mining all the easy stuff. And, of course, Mexico, the largest silver producer in the world, they got problems, right? They're talking about the government taking over the mines, right? Production keeps falling. I just will tell you right now, it's a good time to be in silver. It's a good time to be in gold. It's a good time to be in platinum. Platinum is another great story. Because remember when palladium took off, a lot of the palladium mines also had platinum in it. And they were mining so much platinum to get to the palladium, it kind of was screwing up the balance. Look how long it took. Took over a decade almost now, right? We're coming up on a decade where platinum has been cheaper than gold. Before that happened, it only happened like twice in history that platinum was less than gold, and it lasted for like 2 seconds, right? Not 10 years, Jason.
Yeah, there's people
platinum's another one.
There's people that are questioning why their platinum card is more valuable than their gold card. When it comes to their credit card, it's like, wait a minute, gold's way more valuable than platinum. Why do I get a platinum card, right? So, they're going to have to change their vibe on comparing things to gold and platinum because gold has been above platinum for so long. Joe, the main reason I think gold is above platinum, and I know it's because the industrial side is the main reason, but it's economics. Gold is the economic metal. I love copper. I started with copper and silver. I went into gold because gold's a little harder to get into. But gold is a monetary metal. Yes, it's used industrially. And I'll tell you one thing, Joe. One of the reasons that gold is always going to be a monetary metal and be very strong in representing the state of affairs economically in the world is because of jewelry. Joe and I don't sell jewelry, but the fact that people wear it, and there are laws all over the world about wearing your gold, how, hey, like if you are found to be corrupt and the IRS takes all your money, the woman, let's say Joe got in trouble for all kinds of financial misdoings, they won't hold his wife responsible.
I got to be in trouble. How about you get in trouble?
I don't. It just seems to fit you better. You're more successful than me. Let's say that. but me or Joe,
how about just you? Just you.
The wife can wear all the gold jewelry she wants, that won't be confiscated. Right, Joe? Jewelry and wearable gold, and you see other countries and how much wearable gold they have. In China, those people that are standing in long lines waiting to buy gold, they're buying jewelry, which is really high premium gold, but it's wearable gold. In China, if for some reason you get the ability from China to go to other countries, which many Chinese people do travel abroad, they can wear their gold across the country's lines, but they can't take their gold coins and bullion. You can't leave China with your gold. You can with your gold necklace. And because of that small percentage of gold that is in jewelry, I don't know what it is, Joe, it's like 10% or 5% of all gold is in jewelry. That's going to make gold a monetary metal, and the reason gold is more highly priced than platinum is because economically things are just messed up, Joe. Things are just messed up. And I think gold will remain above platinum for quite some time. I don't see platinum overtake. I see platinum trying to make a run, but I don't know if there'd have to be a tremendous shortage and then admitted huge shortage in platinum, and then it'll go like what palladium did recently, Joe.
Yeah, I think well said. I agree. Platinum's going to run. I don't know if it'll get back to being above gold, but I wouldn't be surprised to see platinum at $2,000. Not at all. Shock me at all.
Easy.
800-951-0592. Final segment coming up. 800-951-0592. Patriot Radio News Hour. Joe and Jason wrapping up this Friday. Once again, the Patriot office in Phoenix is going to close early today. So if you want to get something done, you want to sign up for Texit, you want to get some gold or silver put away, you got about a little over an hour to do so. 800-951-0592. Someone actually texted in on the text line, are we still trading? Can people still trade their gold and silver if they want to get in Texit? And the answer is absolutely. You can pay any of the ways that you would at buying gold from us. You can send us a check. You can put it on a credit card. There's 3% fee on the credit card. You can trade your gold or some gold or silver for it. However you want to do it, pay cash. We don't care. 800-951-0592, or you go see Jason at the station. Call. Right, Jason?
Well, yeah,
the station's really busy, so you can't just, I'm just going to pop in there on most days, right?
Let me suggest this as well. You can contact the office in Arizona or leave a message when the office closes up early, and try to set up an appointment for Monday. There's nothing wrong with setting up an appointment because this stuff does take some time on the phone or here in person with me, so you can get yourself lined up. There is no incentives ending today like it happened last week, right, which we got a rush of people. And this was said at the meeting on Wednesday. Joe can probably concur this. There's no reason to have incentives. Mike is pretty convinced. I'm pretty convinced that the incentives on the 5-pack with an extra one hash and the 9-pack with an extra 2 hash, we could see that end at the end of June. So we got plenty of runway. You don't have to come in immediately. But let's, if you want to get in, do this. If you're one of the, what I call the turtles, the people that want to think about it more and dwell upon how you want to enter and how to move the money around, well, don't wait until after June because those incentives really are beneficial to your sign-up. You won't believe how much an extra couple of hash is going to get you more coins over a time frame. You're going to, and this is the only way to buy in hash. You can't buy more than 9. You can't buy more than 9 hash. You can't do it. So you might as well, if you got the means, grab the 9-pack, get the extra 2 hash. You'll have what's called 1,100 hash. Each hash is 100 hash, and start mining the coins. Joe, it's just, I think people can get into this in July. People can get into this in August or September this year. People can get in 2026, and I think still do well with this as long as it's doing what it's supposed to do. But if you know a little bit about investing on something that gets big, all you have to do is look at Bitcoin, which is a blockchain that this thing is very closely related with the mining, and you don't have to have the computers and the electricity bills. and you can get the mining shares and mine the coins. This is not just buying a stock or buying a crypto and watching the investment. This is investment producing for you, like a dividend stock, right, Joe? Some of the big stocks have dividends they pay you. This is like a dividend-paying stock, and you get it every single day, and you get to see it. You don't have some broker, no fees or penalties or taxes levied against you while you're holding this thing in some account with a stockbroker. This will be an app on your phone that you get to look at every day, and they'll put a little smile on your face every day when you see a little bit of money going into your account, Joe.
And you know what's funny is they're now other coins are now advertising
the same thing.
What Texas is doing. They call it cloud mine. They gave it a fancy name, cloud mining. Yes, where you can rent space in their mines. Yeah. Okay. Texas where it's at.